Cobra III E-mini Nasdaq was the top strategy today. You see the sell-off that continued. It didn't bounce today. Last week there were a lot of bounces that made this short trade very difficult with these huge counter trend bounces, and today the market gapped down and continued down. I wasn't sure if it would reverse here. I was confident that the market would close lower, but I wasn't sure how high it would bounce before it closed lower. But this strategy did a good job of staying with the trade. Let's take a look at the performance summary, the equity curve. These are hypothetical results. We take some of these trades, but not all of these trades. And you see the equity curve here. This does not include slippage and commission, but we're trading 2 contracts in these results, and you're getting $442 average trade profit. And so you see 64,670, max close trade drawdown of about 5,000, and 1.79 profit factor, and 44% of the trades are profitable. So this is my style of trading. This is what I prefer. I prefer to cut losses quick, 1 trade max per day, and let profits run. And when you do that, you're going to have less than 50% winners usually. And so we're using a $600 per contract or 30-point stop loss on the NQ, which it's $1,200 stop loss on 2 contracts. So this is 2 contracts. Every trade is 2 contracts. They have the same entry, the same exit. It's not a scale in or scale out strategy. You could trade 1 contract on this, and it would just, everything would be, the total net profit would be half, the drawdown would be half. And so all the entries and exits get out the same. There's not different exit strategies for each. And so 44%, $1,200 largest losing trade means that with 2 contracts our stop loss is $600 or 30 points. 30-point stop loss in the NQ is very, very tight. You see the NQ is down 295 points today, 3.88%. This strategy did well, picking a good entry point and being able to stay with the trade. And I like to have a strategy that will cut losses and let profits run, and that's one of the ways you do it. Psychologically speaking, it's hard for a lot of traders to live with 44% winners, to go through these losers. There's a mindset out there that you have to make a little bit of money every day or 70 to 80% of the days, and I just don't see that in my research. You can use a diverse set of strategies, but typically when strategies have 80% profitability, their profit target is less than their stop loss. Meaning, for example, our gap fill strategies can do that. $200 profit target, $500 stop loss. And so you have a diversity. You can have a diversity of strategies, but consider the diversity where you cut your profits, you cut your losses quickly, and you let your profits run, and you can get big runners. For example, 94.50 was the largest winning trade, and that will boost your average trade profit, and it will help you maximize your profits when you trade. And so Cobra III is the top recommended day trade strategy that I recommend for this type of market, and I'm looking forward to see what the rest of the year will hold. You see a nice run since February of 2018 when volatility has really picked up. Average daily ranges have picked up at this price, and so Cobra III is a strategy to trade. It also trades on the E-mini S&P. The Nasdaq trends better, and so it does better on the Nasdaq, but it still does well on the E-mini S&P. You see some recent trades, a long trade here, a short trade that was stopped or exit at the end of the day at a loss, and then a profitable trade today on Cobra III E-mini S&P. Last week's trade war price action was most difficult probably on adaptive moving average. You see lots of change of direction trades in here, and that's always tricky when the market is winding around, moving back and forth in a news event, wide-ranging news-driven market cycle. But today it was able to bounce back a little bit. Actually, at the close on Friday, it captured that long trade. It reversed to the long, and then today, so it caught up a little bit of a bounce back from such a news-driven cycle. And so I anticipate that the markets will be a little smoother. There'll still be news-driven cycles that hit us, but last week was pretty extreme. And so we're going to take a look at some of the other strategies from today. Here is Gap Fill Master's example of a strategy with a very tight profit target. And last week it was 1 tick away from its profit target, and it went down and hit its stop loss. So that happens sometimes. And then today, you see it hit its profit target, just near the high. And so we're going to take a look at mirror next. Here is mirror. Pretty picture perfect trade for the gap. It captured the open and then it hit its profit target near the high of the day as the market rolled over. And so I'm showing you some of the trades because over the weekend we talked about how on Friday a lot of these strategies we lost on the open on the longs, and then on the shorts we got burned as well. And then so today is a bounce back day as longs at the open were working and the shorts into the close also worked. So once again, these are our stock index strategies in the portfolios and how they did today after Friday's whipsaw sort of day and last week. And so nice bounce back, and I really like Cobra 3 here the best if you're picking one strategy, and I like the diversity the portfolios offer for all of these strategies. Before we close this video, I want to show you the reversal strategy that we looked at on Friday or over the weekend. So when you format strategies, you see the exit reversal Cobra 3 that I showed you over the weekend, and you could turn that on. And when you turn that on, what that does is it reverses short trades to long trades if they're stopped out. So right on the stop, it reverses. So these are a couple of the trades from last week that it could have taken, and we back tested it since February 2018, and it improves the total net profit and the average trade profit as well. Today, the short trade was profitable and it did not get stopped out, so it did not take this exit reversal approach. And so that's the update for the stock index strategies in the portfolios and how they bounced back today from some of the wide-ranging news-driven markets of last week.